Charles had. God. Chewing on that wood. Good boy.
All right, decent day. So we had a decent take, 145.60 on profits. Like 72 or 42.73. Let's see how we're comparing. So we're up to 81.93 per day. See if we can hold that into the. We got 1 week left next week, so we got five days. See if we can hold that. We probably should surpass at 16.37 because we were averaging 65.50 per day. So we've increased by about $50 per day. Now that's mostly attributed to, if you look here, it's going to be on the trades. Trade size has got a little bit larger. Looked like we closed out quite a few CEFs this month. But that's good. That's what we want to see. Profit. We'll take it any way we can get. So let's see what we got left up here on the screen. Yeah, we still hadn't made a decision on that. We'll see if TLT comes up on that scan for next week. Wouldn't surprise me if it did. Friday afternoons are boring as hell. But every once in a while you get that little pop somewhere. Either close out a position, or if market's floating down. I meant to check the crypto prices. We've been profiting on these as well. Looks like Litecoin is starting to drift up again. It's back up to about 240. Bitcoin Cash, about the same, keeps on floating. And Ethereum, we'll close that out. And we got 2 Ethereum. Probably close just one of those out. 2563. And Bitcoin's floating up again. So yeah, I mean, you know, you can get scared and run off and do whatever, but I mean, there's a lot of money floating around out there, so I don't see this market coming down. I mean, it could happen tomorrow. That's why I don't have a crystal ball. I don't talk about what direction it's going. I don't care. What we're doing is we're managing positions, taking money out of the market as fast as we can with as little risk. Let's see, which one was that? INDB. So that one went down pretty hard today and came right back up. So who knows? We're in it for the long haul. INDB. I'll just concentrate on the ones that actually had some bigger than $1 move. Like here, Calu. We've seen that a lot in over the last couple of years. Traded it a lot. That's one we closed out today. And so the scans are done for this week. This scan was pretty big overall. You can see here it's only good for another 22 minutes, but this is how we operate. If you're interested in getting these scans, just contact us. If you're new to it, give you a trial period on it. After that, it's like $5 a week. It's all you got to do is follow. You pick what you want off this list. There's several different strategies. We go into that more in the ebook that'll be coming out. It's all about making money and not taking losses. We're working on 322 days without a loss right now. How many people are taking losses? So a lot of these aren't even in our portfolio, right? Because they didn't do what they needed to do. Based on the strategy I'm using with these 3 accounts, quite a few of them did, but majority of them, well, I'd say it's about half-half. That was a big scan, 130, yeah. So it was giving a good heads up to the market, the scan was. So we'll see what happens this weekend. It's not a sentiment indicator. We don't use, we use math. We don't use all these crazy indicators. I mean, you can try to make them work for yourself, and I just hadn't seen a lot of success either through my own usage or other people's usage. And for years, I'd follow other people just to see what they were trying to do. And then I figured out, you know what, that doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. And I started trimming back on the indicators until I didn't need them anymore. Probably about 8-9 years ago was when I started formulating this system, and it's just been a positive experience ever since. We'll see what happens in this market. You know, we're prepared for whatever happens. If it comes down, it comes down. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Let's see, IT, CBU. Yeah, what did we end up with today overall? Almost 200 bucks on the day. That's not bad for this size account. That's good movement. And, you know, we're not at the mercy of anybody. We're just following the scan. And there's one that bought and sold this week, in and out. No. Somebody texting me. But yeah, it's hold on, I gotta answer this.
I'ma stack it till it right. Just being honest. Hit up top part, cooks dash 200. Live a rich nigga life. I'm just being honest. Real street nigga ain't get that much some pain from me. Name another nigga hot. I'm just honest. Gold bottles on bottles. I'm just honest. 100,000 on watches. I'm just honest. All night nigga. I'm just honest. You fuck nigga, y'all don't need no struggle. You don't even know why nigga I know hustle. Got flat screens and truck spot on honest. Can't play with all you niggas just too.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes left. Well, I don't know where I left off at, but it's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, some slow movers, got some big gainers in here. WBS, PAG. Yep. Here's a list of the trades. You can see what we closed out today on this particular one. If it's in blue, it's a winner. If it's red, it's a loser. We don't see reds up here, so overall, what do we have today? Six sell, 1 buy. Not bad. Go to this other account. Yeah, you never knows what happens over the weekend, so it doesn't really matter with this system. All we're going to have is a whole new set of stocks on the scan, that and CEFs. We like what we see, we buy it. We have a strategy, we have rules, and the main thing we try to do is take profit and manage our accounts. It doesn't get any more simpler than this. Talk about range bound. These are the CEFs I like. And just sit in there and just keep on paying. You can do that for the next 50 years. You could all do that. Easy money. It's like having a renter that never moves out. When it's all said and done, as long as you're positive, what does it matter what happened in the market? Right? If you don't take a loss, then you're a winner. Pretty simple math. Dogs are getting restless. Keep your head screwed on straight. Don't make any crazy and wild decisions over the weekend. This is where people get into trouble. They start trying to analyze what the market's going to do instead of just sitting back and, watch and see. Stick to your rules, and you'll be surprised. If you're taking profit, that's how your account grows. There's two philosophies out there. One that you buy something and just let it keep on growing. Well, the problem with that is the price goes up and down. So if we're heading up right now, maybe let's say you have 1,000 shares or something, it's gone up, $10, so you're up $10,000, right? That's just an unrealized gain. So like me, I'm selling all the way up, right? So I'm realizing my gains all the way up. Your tax burden doesn't, get any worse if you're in a, what do you call it? Shit, lost my train of thought. If you're in a, what is the word I'm looking for here? Tax-free. You don't get taxed. Qualified. And where'd that word go? Anyways, if you're in a qualified plan, no matter what you're doing, you're still making money. But if you think that the price of your position is just going to keep on rising, well, that's on you. You can say that. That's like somebody that believes in gold is just going to keep on, the price is just going to keep on going up. Well, it was $1,700, I don't know, a couple of years ago. That's $1,700 today, or $1,800, I don't know. But they're calling that a store of value. Well, you can't use stocks as stores of value because they're constantly, look at it this way, the company's making new items all the time. It's not making just one and putting it out there for sale, right? Unless, of course, you're building a space shuttle for NASA, so they want big money. So you look at the profit margins and everything else, that doesn't really matter to me. I mean, if I was going to buy Apple, they have to be able to pay me enough to hold it. And so my cutoff is $1.20 per share per year. You can give me more than that, you know. Larger size accounts, I raise that up even higher. I might go to 2 because now I'm putting even more money into the market, you know. But it's still scalable to my position. If I'm fully maxed out, which you'd never be with this system, then I'd be like, oh, okay, let me start lowering that threshold a little bit. But I want something that's paying me good dividends, but I want to spread it out between all these companies. It's nice to just have, you know, if you have $1 million sitting in Coke, you're going to earn, what, 3.5%? That's great, you know? But do you know if it's going to split and double your shares and then the price is going to go up 100%? Probably unlikely. But, you know, when the companies are first starting off, everybody wants to get on those growth stocks and with the hope that it will split, kind of like Tesla did a couple months back. So they doubled their shares and it went up a couple $100. It's like, hey, great, you know, you made some money, but how much were you paying for that? You know, initially it sounds great, right? When you look back at it, everybody's kind of got buyer's remorse. Said, man, it would have been smarter just to go 10% and spread it out and try to hit as many occurrences as possible instead of relying on home runs. I don't know what the stats are on it, but all you have to do is look at with Buffett going up against any hedge fund over the last 10 years. I mean, he smoked them, you know? Same capital. He made a bet. I can't even remember what the amount was. But they both started off with the same amount of cash. And, like, Buffett was so far ahead of them, it was ridiculous. Well, it's not even close. So, you know, if you're starting off with a small account, believe that you can grow it. Because once you get over a certain level, you get into that 100,000 range and you start really working it, it starts to move at a very rapid pace. Now, of course, market conditions have a lot to do with it as well. But right now, the highest volatility in the market that I see is, you know, cryptos. Everybody's scared to death of them. It's like, you can make some serious money in there, but you have to do fractions if you're dealing with Bitcoin. You know, if you had $50,000 and you just threw it in right now, it's like, well, it's just under 51,000. I mean, that's pretty expensive. So, you know, I keep my fractions down. And I adjust them based on price. So there's formulas you come up with over time that you feel comfortable with. Tell you what, you make up your own system and you feel really comfortable with it, and you'll never trade any other way. Now, let's see if anything else is going to hit. We got 2 minutes. Kind of doubt it. Every once in a while you get one that, you know, right on the close will close out. Somebody's trying to short it or something. Who knows what the reasons are for it. They're just sitting there waiting. And then they're like, oh, okay, we're going to short that. You know, because there's people playing both sides of this market. It's not a one-way street. You know, a lot of people shorting. But the fight goes on really close to the price. Like, Honeywell is taking a beating. It's like the only one in the portfolio that's down over $2. Like 456. I must have had either shitty earnings or some institution or hedge fund said that's enough. There's the opposite of it, PNC Bank. And PNC Financial. All right, so that closes out the week. Great week. I hope everybody that's viewing this has a decent weekend. If you're watching it any other time, this is probably the most boring thing that you can watch, but it's the most profitable. And remember, not risk-free, but lower risk investing. So if you look at what we've done so far this month, we're up to 1310. This account's about 122K. So let's just work that out real quick. $130, 1310. What the heck? 1310 divided by 122. And multiply that by 100 to get your percentage. So that's 1.07. We're almost up to 1.1. So you multiply that by 12 months, 12.8. It's almost 13%. If you can average that. So have a good weekend. Don't get stupid with the altcoins or any of that stuff. Concentrate on the CEFs things. And have a good one. Later on.